Hi, so sitting here enjoying my coffee and listening to the radio this morning, and it occurred to me uh, to give a little bit of a recommendation on different types of radios. I'm very much into what's known as DXing and and shortwave listening. I listen to a little bit of FM just to to hear the classical music and stuff. And but anyway, regarding shortwave, there are probably literally dozens of good radios that can be had for anywhere from $39.95 up to probably $500-600 for the ones that have uh, XM radio capability, I guess. But anyway, I opt for the not necessarily the most inexpensive, but for the ones that have the best sound quality and the best reception. And I was told last year that this particular radio, which is called a Kaido KA1103, would be a good radio for the money. So I went ahead and purchased it, and it's a modern PLL synthesized shortwave set, which is pretty standard in the industry, I guess. But this radio has a number of things that I would recommend that I do not like, that makes me want to not recommend it. First of all, the power consumption is fairly cost prohibitive. It just goes through batteries, and it comes with from the dealer. It comes with rechargeable nickel metal hydride batteries. They're double A's, 130 milliamp hours, almost exactly the same power output as a regular carbon battery or a alkaline, and I just plain don't like them. Bottom line. This particular radio has a feature built into it that allows you to charge the batteries according to the power output of the battery. And what I do is every now and then, when I think I'm going to go outside, I want to listen to some radio, is I charge the batteries overnight the day before, about 8 to 12 hours. And I can only get, with medium volume, I can only get about 2 hours worth of use out of this radio. And it seems that the same can be said for the alkaline batteries. I use the copper tops, the Duracell, and it's the same. The radio simply has too much power draw, in my opinion. I have yet to find a battery that will hold up for any length of time. In contrast, I have this little bitty Bell and Howell. It's a same concept. It's a shortwave AM FM, but it's analog. And excuse me, gotta check my time here. But analog means that it's basically got a tuner in it that tunes in the radio signal. And once you find that radio signal, there is a tendency, especially in places like where I live, there's a relatively poor radio reception on the AM or the FM side. Shortwave is a different matter. That's a whole another concept. But the thing with analog is that when you turn the dial, it fades in and out, and you have to find that little sweet spot. Otherwise, you're going to not be able to hear it clearly. Plus, over time, the signal can part out on you. It can go away to the point where you can't even hear it. So you have to come back and retune the radio. That in itself is a hindrance with the modern technology that we've had. Actually, PLL it's called phase lock loop. It's been around for probably 20 years or more. Check the time. Okay, good. Now, with that having been said, I have to say that for the money, I think I paid $2 for this radio almost 10 years ago. And I bought it used. And it's just an old knock-around radio. Extremely cheesy made in Japan. But I'll tell you what, this it has a tinnier sound, being that it has a fairly small speaker on it. I think I probably would prefer to have this radio in a pinch, because there's only two batteries in here, and it works for hours. And it doesn't have all the bells and whistles that this one has. No memories, and you don't have a clock or a night light or anything like that. I mean, this doesn't have a night light. I don't think. No, it doesn't have a night light. But all that having been said, this is an altogether for knock around use. It's a better radio. Now, to me, paying $130, $140 for a radio, it doesn't even have a volume control. What you have to do in order to turn down the volume is you have to push, when the radio's on, you have to push the volume button and then use the tuning knob. And even then, you only have 2 seconds to get to the tuning knob. And if you don't get to the tuning knob in time, you're back on the tuning circuit, and you go off frequency. I'm going to run out of time here, but this radio is definitely not suitable for me. But I did pay for it. It's mine now. Overall quality of the reception is fine. I have no complaints about that. It's just it's no good. I would rather have this little old thing. This was probably made in the late 70s or early 80s. This is the state-of-the-art radio, supposedly. But anyway, I think I'm going to run out of time.